welcome to episode 71 of My Dog Will Eat My Face. I'm actually reluctant to qualify this as a full podcast, so to speak, because I have to be a little brief here, and I'll explain why. This past week, I have been utterly distracted with, frankly, personal attacks and seemingly vengeful actions taken against me by none other than who is supposed to be my caretaker. That is the caretaking company that sends people over to do things that I can't do, as I am too weak nowadays to do certain things around the house. So I think this is just going to be more of a bonus episode, so to speak, that I won't monetize. But knowing that I can't get into the details of what I've faced gruelingly over the past week, I feel it incumbent upon me to remind and warn my listeners of a very important fact. That is, not everyone is going to like you. And it can be for any reason under the sun. It could be a personality characteristic that maybe all your friends adore. There's going to be someone else out there, or even more people out there, who will find it utterly distasteful or disgusting or immoral, or take your pick. And they will choose to just simply not like you and will take action to try to ruin your life. Hopefully it doesn't ever get that bad to you, my listeners, and it doesn't happen that often. But that's the sort of thing I've been faced with and utterly just distracted by this past week. And counting. It still might be going on. I don't know. I really want to have the dust to settle as quickly as is possible here. But whatever happens to me, with respect to that, I know that I will survive it. I will continue to podcast. I will continue to share my thoughts and feelings here, because I'm just an individual who doesn't talk for anyone else. I don't have to worry about appeasing some sort of overlord, at least. I just have to worry about being honest to others and honest to myself. And that's what I am. I am honest to others, and I'm honest to myself. And I implore everyone else to do the same. And just keep in mind that, unfortunately, no matter how you might try, not everyone is going to like you. Your significant other may adore you for some reason, while there are other individuals out there who will loathe you for the exact same reason. And there's nothing you can do about that. That's the bottom line. There is absolutely nothing you can do about that when you encounter that kind of loathing and that kind of personality. It does exist quite often in our world, unfortunately. If you haven't encountered it yet, you probably will to some degree. Hopefully it won't be too damaging. Hopefully it won't be anything more than something you could just shrug off. But it's just a fact of life. Frederick the Great did say, "He who defends everywhere defends nothing." And so is that true here as well. You can't make yourself liked by everyone. You can't defend yourself from everyone to the point to where no one has any sort of beef with you. It's just unfortunately impossible. We share this planet with less than perfect human beings. And unfortunately, just your proximity to them is enough for them to target you in a seething, vengeful manner, as though you had somehow threatened their very existence itself. I hope none of you experience it to that extreme. I know I have in this last week. I don't recommend it. But I assure you, you will, if you have not already experienced this in some sort of degree. But don't second guess yourself. That's my advice. It's very difficult to come away from harsh treatment and accusations and lies about you without kind of double taking towards your own self, thinking, gosh, is what they're saying true? Am I really a total dirtbag or whatever claim they're making up? You can't help but wonder, outward looking in. But you can't do that to yourself. All you have to be is yourself. And if people don't like it, then they don't like it. You don't need them in your life, and vice versa. Hopefully. Hopefully it's someone you can write off and never have to deal with again. If it's someone you have to deal with, then you have my deepest sympathies. But don't second guess yourself. There is nothing wrong with you. I assure you, there is nothing wrong with you. There's just some people out there that like to belittle people, take them down, and cause damage and drama of varying degree. Don't use it to question yourself or to harm yourself. Don't get in line. Don't join the morons. Don't join the people who are so stupid as to misjudge you, and therefore misjudge yourself. Don't do that. The fact of the matter is that some people will love you dearly for your character, and others might very well hate you dearly for your character at the exact same time. Wear their hate as a badge of honor. For all that you can do is be honest with yourself. And even if you face losses because of this angst and because of this attack on you, let your honesty still cry triumph over that. That's all you can do. That's all I'm going to try to do as I face what I'm dealing with. Again, I'm not going to get into the details. They are so petty and so comical. It's not even worth a moment of my time to really focus on that or spend any more of my life dealing with that. Unfortunately, though, my last week was mired in a sort of back and forth warfare with people of this sort. And it continues to this day, but now I've sort of taken a backstage approach. They can huff and they can puff and they can throw a fit. I'm just not going to play anymore. I really don't care if they're upset. I really don't care if they can't sleep. I don't care what they're telling, what they are telling themselves. I don't care what they think of me. I know I'm loved by others for the very same reasons. And that's all I need. And hopefully that's all you will need too. Don't go ahead and lay down in the mud with the pigs and wrestle them. That's the old phrase. Don't ever join the pigs. They're going to win because they love wrestling in the mud. And they have experience with it. They'll win every time. So don't join them. Just know it's inevitable that you might come across some people like this in your life. And it's a reflection of who they are as a person. And not a reflection of your character as a person. So, that is my brief message this week. Like I said, I'm going to call this just a special episode. I'm not even going to monetize it. I'm just going to offer this advice out there to my listeners, and I hope you heed it. And I hope to have much more interesting, much more entertaining content around the corner as I bury this drama and walk away from it once and for all. It's just unfortunate that my past week was mired in this sort of thing. And so therefore I don't have a lot else to say. I didn't have a lot of time for prep, and I'd rather provide this warning to everyone than to try some sort of meaningless content. So be proud of yourself. Wear their attacks, like I said, as a badge of honor. And stay focused on those who love you. And no, there's nothing wrong with you, despite what others might say.